Stories on social media are currently growing 15 times faster than the social news feed. So how can your church take advantage of this? Well, in this video, I'll share with you 3 stories frameworks that are working great right now. Not only that, but these 3 particular techniques are also incredibly easy and quick to execute.
Well, hey there, and welcome to Pro Church Tools, the show where in 10 minutes or less, you're going to get a dose of tips and tactics to help your church share the message of Jesus while we navigate the biggest communication shift in 500 years. I'm your host, Alex Mills, joined as always by the boss man, Brady Shearer.
Alex, today we want to offer up 3 quick and easy Instagram stories strategies for churches.
Yeah.
You will not find, though, in this episode, any Sunday stories ideas. Why? Well, because churches have no problem posting stories on Sundays, but what about the rest of the week? We've got 6 other days, and we want to give some content ideas for that.
Yeah, and we're going to give you a few specific ideas to run with in this episode, and we have talked about Instagram story strategies before. We've kind of broken down some other strategies, but I think what's most valuable here, and something that I've really used to learn about the platform, is actually like following the people that you want to emulate. So whether it's, following Brady Shearer on Instagram or following some of your favorite pastors, especially ones who do Instagram well, like Chad Veach or Craig Groeschel, follow these accounts and just watch how they're using Instagram stories. So that way you can not only learn the specific strategy behind a specific type of post, but you can also glean the nuance of how to interact on stories and what works and what doesn't. There are so many different tactics that you can actually use within the Instagram stories platform, whether it's stickers or questions or annotation or, talking vlog style, so many things to cover. And you're going to learn the most from watching people do it on a day-to-day basis. And so, yeah, we're going to talk about 3 specific strategies here, but I would recommend you pay attention to the people you're already following, or maybe, broaden your scope a little bit on Instagram, follow some people you don't already follow, and see how they're using Instagram so you can, like I said, get that nuance of the platform.
Said simply, it's one thing to listen to what we say, it's another to watch what we do. Strategy number 1, I call this the pastor at home behind the scenes.
Classic.
One example of this, a little while ago, Craig Groeschel, he's at home and he's cooking, and apparently something happened with the pot that he was cooking in, can't get the lid off of the pot.
Yeah.
It's the most mundane thing that could happen at home, and he made a whole Instagram story about it. I think 8 different slides trying to get the lid off of the pot.
Yeah.
This is simple, and it's really kind of boring, I guess, but there's no such thing as a boring story if you can turn it into something that's entertaining, if you know how to storytell well on that platform. And what's great about this is that it humanizes the pastor, it humanizes the brand. It makes it feel like, oh yeah, everyone goes through the exact same things.
Yeah.
Just yesterday, I posted an Instagram story. I was in my new home that we just purchased, and there was all these blankets on the floor because the painters were in, making sure the home was ready before we moved in. And I just did a quick Instagram story of saying oh, look, the painters are in here. And that's a little bit more extravagant than a lid getting stuck on top of a pot. Yeah. But it was just something that was happening at home behind the scenes that day.
Yeah.
And people don't normally get to see that.
Exactly.
And that's what makes this novel, because it's unusual and it's different than what we get to see on a Sunday morning. And that makes it interesting because we know these people. Yeah. It wouldn't be interesting if you didn't know that pastor, but you do.
Right.
And you never get to see this part of their life.
Exactly.
Or very rarely. And so seeing this is interesting.
Well, not only does it humanize you, but it also generates meaningful interaction. I posted a story in my life just the other day. I have a robot vacuum, and I got a notification on my phone that says, your vacuum cleaning job has been paused because your robot is on a cliff. And I said, what? So I go home and I'm like, where am I going to find my robot? And it was just on the edge of a carpet. So I filmed this whole thing, posted it to my story. It was funny. But it generated so much interaction, so many responses. I had so many just fun, lighthearted conversations with people who follow me because it was funny and it humanized me. Maybe somebody else has had that experience. They were able to connect with that.
And that was generating content beyond you.
Yeah.
I told my wife yesterday, a week after you posted the story, we had a whole conversation about DJ Roomba in the mix and how it was so funny.
You just bought some of those vacuums.
Bought a bunch of Roombas. I was like, one day we're going to get a notification that says DJ Roomba's on a cliff.
Yeah.
Fun, at home, behind the scenes. Good. Strategy number 2, we call this the Q&A with screenshots and responses. This doesn't require you to even be on camera, which is what makes it fun. Yeah. Essentially, you can take screenshots of questions that are being sent in through the Instagram DMs, anonymize the individual that sends them in.
course.
So wipe out their username and their profile picture. If someone has a question, they're not the only one that has that question. And you can post responses to it on Instagram stories.
Yeah, especially if you make it anonymous, it's okay to reveal that question.
Now you might be asking, Brady, we don't have that big of an Instagram following. We don't get like really any questions through that. So I like this idea, but it wouldn't work for us. Here's a pro tip. It's okay to stack the deck in your favor.
It is.
You, as a church, are getting questions. Maybe you're not getting them through the Instagram DMs. Maybe you're getting them through email. Maybe you're getting them, good point, in person. Maybe you're getting them over the phone. Maybe you're getting them through Facebook. If you're getting them digitally wherever, feel free to take a screenshot, anonymize it, annotate it up, and answer the question. If you're only getting in-person questions, over the phone questions, that's okay. Send yourself a DM, send your church a DM from your personal account, anonymize it, and then answer it that way. You might be thinking, but isn't that disingenuous? No, someone asked the question.
Yeah.
They just didn't ask it through Instagram.
Right.
Now you're creating content for Instagram. It's just crossing the question over from one platform to another.
Yeah.
It's not. You get to a certain point where you don't need to do that.
Right.
I've never needed to do that.
Exactly.
On Instagram.
You get into a snowball effect. You know,
Exactly.
once this ball gets rolling and people know that you're accessible and there to answer questions, they will start asking them. Sometimes you just got to prime the pump.
Absolutely. And technique number 3, we call this the day-to-day. Chad Veach, previously mentioned by Alex, is one of the best examples of this. Here are some ideas for what I mean by day-to-day. A picture of the coffee that you purchased.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to try that on my Instagram, I think. A picture of coffee.
Yeah, good one. Okay. Another idea, taking pictures, videos of your kids.
Yeah.
You at the gym. You in an outfit. You driving.
Pictures of your new shoes.
Pictures of your new shoes. You know what? I'm going to use that one for my Instagram.
Nice.
Only Chuck All-Stars. Your face.
Yes.
These are the types of things that, again, seem innocuous. They seem just like plain, boring, every day.
Yeah.
That's the point. People don't normally see that. They like seeing behind the scenes. I don't know why, but what kind of coffee is my pastor drinking today?
Right.
Whoa, cream and sugar. Tough day, pastor.
Yeah.
And now you're having a fun conversation. These are the types of things that add layers to a personality, to an individual that you don't normally see, but are really, really important. And it's hard to articulate this, or at least I'm having trouble. But a person who does this exceptionally well also is Sean Cannell.
Yes.
Every single day,
Oh, yeah.
Sean Cannell starts his
Rise
Rise
and
and
grind.
grind, everybody. It's a new day full of new opportunities, new somethings, and new something. So let's crush it.
Yeah.
Why does he do that every day? And why do I have it memorized? Because it's fun.
Yeah.
And it adds something that's like, you know, daily, it's repetitive, it's day to day, and it just shows like these layers of his personality. It's important to show your personality layers because they make you more relatable, which make you more sociable, which make you more likable. And all of these things are important for creating culture and creating community. Because if you are relatable and likable, it means you're approachable, which means people will talk to you, which means you can create real community. But you have to start by being approachable, by being likable, and being relatable.
Yeah. And like, you know, with Sean, he's often posting about like going for a run, talking about business, this and that. But then like when life hits and when his wife, Sonia, like needs surgery, he has, because we have that pre-existing relationship through Instagram stories, he can share about that and expect that the people who are following along are going to pray for her. And we just saw that happen recently. And so that's an incredible opportunity we have with these social platforms today.
Again, listen to what we say, but watch what we do. If we're talking about these techniques, it means that we've been workshopping them and using them for 3 to 6 months. There are things that we're trying right now that may or may not work, but we're experimenting. There are nuances to this. Where Brady places the text on his stories, how he begins and ends them. Why is there so much movement in the first 3 seconds? Why is he holding his phone in that way? And why is he never doing a story in the same spot? Why does he keep moving different? These are all the things that you need to think about and reverse engineer as you're watching a story. It's like watching a movie. It's one thing to hear the director talk about what he did, what she did. It's another thing to watch it and ask yourself, why is the camera placed in that way? Why did the actress enter from that side of the screen? And why is the framing done in this particular way? These are all purposeful choices. And you can listen to what people say, but a great way to learn is to watch what's being done, reverse engineer it, and begin experimenting that in your own life as well. That'll do it for this episode of Pro Church Tools, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching this video. Now, subscribe.
Look, right now, you have one shot, one opportunity to seize this moment and like this video.